Okay, hey, good evening. Today was really an interesting day. We have systematically examined more than 100 plates for endophyte growth. And I thought I always say it's a collaborative effort because you may end up learning more from your negative results than positive results. Okay, those who got very good results today, maybe they are doing it for first time, they got the result. I would say it's not really good. Okay, you are supposed to make mistake, you are supposed to observe negative result because you can learn more from the negative result. Okay, so I thought I will share each and every one of their results with you so that even if you got a good result or you did not get a good result, you are doing it redoing again today, that's okay. Let's observe each and every plate and interpret what this presence or absence of contamination tell us. Okay, so let's begin. You have plated your surface sterilized explants in nutrient agar, starch casein, and potodextrose agar, malt extract agar. Okay, you are actually looking for bacteria in general in nutrient agar, and in actinobacteria in starch casein, fungi and yeast in potodextrose, slow growing molds in malt extract agar. Okay, so how are we examining our plates? I'm actually showing you the imprint plates. I will seriously, sequentially, I will show you other imprint plate also. However, we are examining our result. We are going to look for clean laminar control, clean imprint plate, then the growth around the explant of the inoculated plate. That's a gold standard you are going to use to authorize that any microorganism coming from the plant biomass is actually an endophyte. Okay, so how to observe this? Let's start our observation. Okay, so ask yourself, is there any unexpected or excessive growth near to the explant cut site? Okay, if you have an explant near to the explant, not on the explant, then there could be an ineffective surface sterilization. Okay, you will definitely in that case will get an imprint growth also. So we are going to examine imprints one by one. All right. Are the colonies emerging away from the explant? Any colonies that are emerging away, they are not to be considered as an endophyte. They are actually an airborne contamination. Okay. Did the imprint plate show a similar contamination? The colony morphology of the imprint, if it is coinciding with the explant, you need to ask the question again. Okay. Is it really an endophyte? Is the clean control plate contaminated? Then laminar is not sterile, or you may have introduced contamination while you guys are, while you are handling it. Okay. So remember, there should not be any growth in imprint plate, clean control, only in the explant inoculated media, that too from the surface of the explant. Okay. So I will just quickly recall how to avoid this contaminations from subsequent slides. All right, we will see one by one. This plate, we have a swarming bacillus here. So this imprint to region is, we have to check the corresponding region in the inoculated plate for the contamination. Even though it looks clean, we have one more colony here and one more colony here. So we may have to again rethink. Okay. Okay. And so how to avoid contamination? Usually in clean controls, ensure that you are wiping the entire area down with 70% ethanol. Hold the plate lid at an angle, never fully removed. I told you, only as much as is required near to the flame always. Sterilize the forceps in flame and ethanol before use. That's very much before every use. Just dip it in ethanol or use both the method. Dip it in ethanol, show it in flame, make sure it is completely burned out. Okay, in this case, you should be nearly very careful. If any drop of burning ethanol from your forceps, if it is falling onto the Petri plate lid, the entire lamina will catch on fire. Okay, it's okay if you are not freaking out. You can put down because lamina will burn down eventually, but you need to be very careful. Okay. If you are speaking or sneezing or any unnecessary movement near to the open plate, you are in trouble. Okay. And sometimes, for many of the interns, I have heard this story today. After the last distilled water sterilization, make sure you are, draining off the excess distilled water before you are going for imprinting and inoculation. Okay, I'm seeing interns carrying the distilled water to the imprint and also an inoculated plate. The chances of getting bacteria is so high now. Okay, so try to drain as much as possible. Then you use your explant for imprinting and inoculation. So this plate is actually contaminated in F region. You have seen here. Here also, this is baseless. Okay, if you stain them, you will see gram-positive endosperforming non-motile rods. They are everywhere in, even they can withstand the high UV because maybe because of EPS, I don't know, extracellular polysaccharide. That's why they appear as a wrinkled colonies. Okay, so if you are getting this, either you are introducing contamination or your laminar you did not prepare it well. Okay. So what are we trying to do is we are trying to learn from each other's result. So tomorrow I would say even if you know someone who got a good results, don't hesitate to talk to them. Okay, few plates are actually ask them how did you sterilize, how did you dip it in ethanol, is the entire explant is being dipped or how it has happened. Okay, even if someone managed to isolate actinobacteria in malt extract agar without fungal overgrowth, find it out. Okay, how did they adjusted plating depth, humidity, what is the right thing they are doing. You should either learn from their result or just talk to them and find it out. Okay, because learning from others mistakes and method is as powerful as your own data. Okay, quality phytomicrobiology comes out just from practice, not just from practice but also from cultures of curiosity, reflection. You can share your improvements. Okay, this plate in all four quadrants you will see we have a baseless, so it is also a contaminated one. This is relatively clean control. These are imprint plates you are seeing, and make sure this time it is okay. Next time when you take a picture, I can see the phone shadow here, and I can see the wrapper not removed. Okay, every picture you should remove the wrapper and take the picture. All right. Again, the maybe duration of sterilization is not enough, so imprint also have a growth here. Okay. This is relatively clean. Make sure you are not carrying the water. Okay. Imprint is not clean, as you can see. Agar solidification is also a problematic here. Maybe this is the last plate you have poured, I guess, where you have started solidifying. Remember, at 55 degree, if you are pouring, you will not get any condensate on the top plate. And agar will start solidify when it is going below 45 degree. Okay, better have a 55-degree running water bath if the laminar is busy or someone is using it. If at all you have to wait, you put the beaker in the water bath and 55 degree and wait for it. When you have a laminar, this is your window between 55 and dropping to 45. Okay, it may hardly take 3 minutes to 4 minutes. Within that, 5 plates can be done very easily. Okay, I would say in 1 minute you should be able to pour 5 plates. It's very comfortable. It can be comfortably done. Okay. So again, swarming baseless megatherium probably, the branch thickness will tell us whether they are megatherium or series. Series will have relatively micro branches. So that's not the point. The point is sterilization is not effective. Okay. Um, See, that's why I say condensation water is already there, which is blocking our view. I can see bacillus here. So sterilization again is not very much effective here. Okay, again, the imprint plate has a growth. So we need to control the imprint as a growth. Okay. Again, same here. We have a growth. Baseless, swarming everywhere. Can you see? They are just swarming everywhere. Okay, happily swarming. All right. So this is mainly because laminar is not prepared well, or you have introduced contamination while doing. So imprint looks clean. Okay. So again, imprint okay. This has both imprint and inoculated plates. This is a inoculated plate. I would suggest better use a black backdrop. Okay, not blue something like this. Okay, but still imprint have a growth here. So whichever is assembling here, we cannot confidently call them as a endophyte. Okay. Make sure imprints are not having any growth. Again, imprint has a growth here. Here in this region, imprint has a growth. Okay. All right. We have to remove the cover and take a picture, not like this. All right. So yeah, imprint has a growth again. Imprint growth. So we cannot call them as a pakka endophyte because even though it is coming from the relief explant, see imprint as a contamination, you never know. So we cannot confidently call them as an endophyte. Okay. Okay. The imprint as a growth. So we have to make sure that the laminar control is very clean. Not like this, definitely. It has a swarmers here occupying the entire plate. Okay. Imprint. All four imprints have a growth. Okay. You should also know that most of the epiphytes, they are very prone to lot of stressors. Okay, they are just occurring on the leaf surface with low water availability. They are continuously exposed to the sunlight. They are fight. The plant is actually stopping them from evading their leaf tissues. They are fighting with the plant immune system. They are very reluctant microorganisms. Okay, you simply cannot kill them. So you need very hard chemicals for surface sterilization on the duration of time, everything you need to take care of. If you're seeing an imprint in the imprinter plate, this is mean either, the surface sterilization is not effective for sure. Okay. Again, we have swarmers here swarming here and there. Again, four quadrants of imprint as a growth. Here also same. Okay. So by now we can just see the nature of this is relatively clean plate. Relatively clean. Front and back pictures. Good. Imprint as a growth. By now, we can see where is the mistake. If tomorrow you're observing same imprints, you should know how you have introduced. Always use a black background. This will not tell us anything if you are not using an appropriate backgrounds. Again, the imprint has a growth. Okay. See, that's why you should remove the wrapper, but imprint looks clean. That's good. Imprint has a growth. Okay. I guess we should correct this. It's not maltose. Okay, it's a malt extract agar. All right. So again, the imprint has a growth in all four quadrants. Yeah, imprint growth. Yes, imprint has a growth. When you see a growth in the imprint and also in the laminar control, just don't look into the explant plate or inoculated plate. Okay. Anyway, we cannot figure out anything. But today we had one more interesting observation. Oh, no growth in imprint. Very good. No growth in imprint. Very good. Now we can look into the explant. Today's very beautiful observation is no imprint growth, and in inoculated plate, a fungi is coming from the top region of the leaf. Okay, it's not even touching the agarose. They are just growing from the surface of the leaf. It was very much interesting to observe. So, all right. So that's all. I hope I have shown most of the pictures. Okay. So we will now examine how the inoculated plates are. All right. So inoculated plates. Okay. Better upload the JPG file, not the PDF. Okay. Nothing can be interpreted much because you have water content on the surface of the lid. So this is a reverse plate picture. Okay, I can see something maybe coming out. So since imprint do not have a growth, it will be interesting to observe them tomorrow. You should not be having colony growth away from your explant. Again, the picture should be taken after cleaning the lid probably. Okay, otherwise not much interpretation can be done. Okay, here, yeah, something may be coming out. Let them come out prominently, and then tomorrow you can go for pure culturing. If the imprint is clean, we may call them as an endophyte. Okay, we have to check with the imprint plate. I think fungus-like growth is happening. Here also we have two kinds of endophyte, but swarmers is also there. We have to question our observation. If the imprint is clean, this is what I meant. This colony is definitely not an endophyte. Endophyte cannot jump from here to there and form a colony. Okay. So whatever is coming from, if I may, I can see two types of pigmentation here. Okay. Maybe one translucent colony also. So one, two, three, we may have three different morphotypes. We need to go for pure culturing characterization to confirm the species, whether they're actually three different species or what is the thing we need to confirm. Okay. All right, here is also the growth is actually coming from the explant. So if the imprint is clean, could be an endophyte. Okay, same observation. Growth is it should be come from the explant. Okay, like this. All right. So it's a malt extract agar. Use appropriate background for the photograph. Always take the photograph near to the window or using a natural light, which will capture more details than your white light. Okay. Here. So these are not endophytes, definitely. Bacteria is they cannot walk away. Okay. So they should be forming a colony around from the leaf. They should come out, and colony should expand outwardly from the leaf. Okay. So that's a standard thing for an endophyte. I can see the phone reflection here should not happen. Okay, phone reflection is there. This is good picture. Okay. Still, these are questionable, but whatever you have around the expand, okay, maybe here the water is still there. The excess distilled water from the last wash is actually carried into the plate, I guess. Okay, take a little more constraint over this. This could be an endophyte if there is no growth in the imprint plate. Okay. Mm, all right. All are good results. Looks like an okay. If imprint and laminar control is clean, this is definitely an endophytes. Okay, we have to go for further subculturing. Okay. Even though there are two different bacteria, the pigmentation, the reverse plate clearly shows there are two different morphotypes. Okay. So both can be sampled and go for, so here, yeah, this bacteria and this bacteria can be sampled and we can go for pure culturing. Here also, if the imprints are clean, this could be a potential endophytes. Okay. Okay. Imprints should be more clean. All right. Front and back pictures are shared here. Okay. Oh, that's good. Same print plates are clean again. This could be an effect. Okay. This is swarming everywhere. If I hope that this imprint is also not clean, avoid the photo shadows here. You can see the shadow here. Okay. So remove the wrapper and take the picture for better interpretation. All right. Daughter droplet should be removed. Need more focus. Contamination everywhere. Okay. Okay, swarming everywhere. Water droplets have fallen in and they have started swarming. So I hope we have observed most of the pictures from each other's result. I hope this is an enriching experience. I know many of you guys have tried you have redone today. I want you to come with smiling face tomorrow. Okay, we will create a conducive ambience to get a quality results. Just don't worry. More negative results you got, more learning you will do. Let's start fresh tomorrow. Let's see how to get our